Bukan takdir, tapi antara insan yang gelap. Memiliki pasti satu demi satu, menanam bakau, menanam harapan baru.
So GC has been working with many different communities of more than 10 years on different mangrove conservation ideas. And the purpose of the forum was to bring together communities, particularly those under the Yayasan Sime Darby and Ministry of Finance program, to share their experience and learn from one another. Our program in Malaysia involves 6 different communities from different parts of Peninsular Malaysia. But when we bring in the element of cross-border learning, we're bringing in experience from other ASEAN countries. And although there are a lot of similarities between the countries, sharing between different countries bring a lot of new elements. For example, in Indonesia, there may be a long history, particularly of the livelihood development and different approaches, and there may be different organization ways how the groups are working together. And this may be different to the situation in Malaysia, and so by sharing between the 2 countries or multiple countries, then each group from each country can learn significantly more than trying to reinvent the wheel or develop the program on their own at the country level.
Yayasan Sime Darby has been supporting mangrove conservation initiatives since 2020, but it builds on a long journey of conservation because we've been supporting reforestation, peatland conservation, as well as marine ecosystems protection. And mangrove actually sits in the intersection of all these 3, where we shelter marine life, we look after the coastlines, as well as we ensure that biodiversity is protected. Our collaboration started with a GEC in 2014 in peatland conservation, where we had an area near our donor company SD Guthrie's plantation, and it was peat and it was always catching fire. About COVID time, asking whether we would help for mangrove, using the same formula, working with the community, teaching them skills, giving them new knowledge so that they can be the stewards of their areas at the mangrove. So we thought, yes, we wanted to be part of this because it is what we want to do, which is conservation and community development together. And so we started in 2 areas in Perak, Kuala Gula and Pasir Panjang Laut in Perak. And today we're working across 4 states in 6 communities. So it's Perak, Johor, Kedah and Selangor. Together with GEC we applied and we got a matching grant from the Ministry of Finance. In 2021 we got 1, and 2025 we got 1. Together it was 1 million from the Ministry of Finance altogether. You will not get a long-term conservation of a mangrove without the community being involved, because they know the area, they know when the tide comes in, they know the forests, so they will be the best people to lead in conservation in order for it to have the most sustainable impact.
Dan melalui fokus group discussion ni, jadi ini akan menambahkan lagi nilai tambah kepada input-input ataupun tindakan-tindakan yang kita akan ambil.
Hasil penjualan ataupun mana-mana dana, saya akan tolak 30% dahulu. Sebenarnya kalau nak katakan berjaya tu, saya rasa berjaya sebab GC. Sebab di sini dia ramai melobi. Lepas tu dia buat program.
Banyaklah nasihat-nasihat yang diberikan oleh GEC untuk pembangunan semula tapak semaya, dan insya-Allah pada hari ini tuan-tuan boleh melihat gambar kami telah memenuhi anak pokok bakau dalam nursery kami lebih kurang hampir 5,000 pokok bakau yang sedia untuk ditanam.
2 tahun, 3 tahun pantai itu habis. Saya bayangkan itu. Ini kalau kita highlightkan isunya, banyak cerita, banyak implikasi.
Wilayah kita di Pulau Bengkalis dan Meranti itu sudah gambut, langsung laut, habis. Tidak ada solusi jadi solusi jangka pendek. Sehingga harus pencegahannya dari jauh untuk mencegah tetap ada abrasi di sekitarnya.
Belum saya ikut forum ni, saya rasa macam biasa-biasa je. Ingat tak ada arah tuju ke mana. Tapi selepas diberi pendedahan daripada forum ni, saya tahu apa itu kepentingan hutan raya bakau, apa itu kepentingan pertubuhan dan apa itu kepentingan komuniti.
Pertama, kami sangat bangga dapat menjadi bagian dalam forum KHAZANAH Bakau 2025. Terlebih lagi bahawa kita mewakili dari Indonesia. Kelompok yang hadir saling bertukar cerita. Ini bisa menjadi inspirasi juga bagi kita, dan cerita ini bisa kita sampaikan ke kawan-kawan yang ada di Indonesia bahwa sama-sama memiliki masalah yang sama, dan ada contoh yang sudah mendapatkan hasil baik dari proses menjaga alam, sehingga alam juga memberikan hal baik bagi mereka yang menjaganya.
Kenapa dipilih habitat ini? Sebab makanan dia tak banyak. Uniknya, dalam telur pun dia bercahaya. Masa dia jadi larva pun dia bercahaya. Bagi macam orang saya, wow, nice.
For the forum is for all the community members to be sharing knowledge, to be telling their stories, and to be heard, because within their areas, within their conservation initiatives, they know that they are important. But when they come together, they feel that they are part of such a large, important thing for the country, and they'll feel much more important that they are part of a movement, a national movement for the country as coastal saviors. And I hope that they will learn from one another, not only the good things, but also the challenges, the problems, so that they can come up and share solutions that they came up with to address those problems, and maybe be part of those solutions as well. So, and we really hope at YSD that with their voices being heard, they will also lead the way towards the right policies for mangrove conservation in this country.
In terms of the other aspect of the forum, we hope that by coming together and creating a series of resolution or target, collective target between the different groups, that will help give a common vision. And when we have a common vision, then we can work together. And over the next 5 years, up to 2030, we hope that each of the group will contribute some action towards addressing that common vision or target through the resolutions that we've set, and also will build upon the experience and lessons learned from the group. In terms of the targets for the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG 2030, this we hope will contribute to addressing a number of goals, from the environment goals related to land and water, aquatic ecosystem and land-based ecosystem will benefit from the mangrove conservation.
Sesuailah dengan tema kita, menyantuni warisan, membangun harapan. Jadi dengan tema ini kita dapat lihatlah bagaimana kita katakan warisan yang kita dapati sekarang ni, yang kita warisi sekarang ni begitu penting, dan kita perlu pastikan warisan yang kita nikmati sekarang ni, walaupun ada sana sikit kemerosotan di sana sikit ke atas dirian hutan paya laut ni, namun usaha kita, cabaran yang kita hadapi ini, kita perlu tegar, Allah bisa tegal biasa, untuk kita sama-sama menggembling tenaga.
Kalau kita tak jaga hutan paya bakau kita, kalau kita tak jaga benteng kita, siapa lagi nak jaga? Sebab bencana alam yang akan diterima adalah kita dulu, sebelum orang lain datang melawat. Apanya menarik tempat kita?
Menjaga lingkungan ekosistem mangrove ini adalah tanggungjawab kita semua. Bahawa ketika kita menjaga mangrove, menjaga ekosistem pesisir, lingkungan ini juga akan turut menjaga kita hingga ke generasi berikutnya.